Hi, I'm Robert Resch. Welcome to the Asurface Show, where we share useful information for architects and designers, general contractors, developers, flooring contractors and trades, and other industry-related professionals. I'm here today with Salo Levinas from Schindberg Levinas. He's a principal there, and we've had the great fortune to work with Salo and his team on some really amazing school projects, and really happy to have you with us today. So
thank you very much. It's an honor to be here.
It's great to have you. And I want to jump right in. Tell us a little bit about your background. How did you get into architecture?
Yes. Well, first of all, as you know, I am not from the United States. I was born in Argentina, and all my education is from Buenos Aires.
Right.
There is a fantastic school, and it's a 7-year program, so it's a little more intense than here. But the good thing about it, that I was very lucky, that before I studied architecture, I went to physics and then sociology. And the reason because that is, from the very beginning, when I was very young, first of all, I was very influenced by our teachers and the high school, and a beautiful teacher for physics, and always was intrigued how things are working.
Right.
So I was disassembled. I remember the little things, even toys when I was young. I wanted to know how things happen.
Right.
So then this guy really was fascinated, and I went immediately to physics, and I enjoyed it very much because I studied like 3 years. And you learn how to, the most of the thing that what you learn is how to think.
Right.
They guide you in a way that you are thinking in a different way, with much more order and logic. And I really appreciate it very much. On the other hand, it was too dry for me. So I went to sociology because also I wanted to know how society works, not just the individual, as a society. So then I studied also like 3 years sociology, and I learned tremendously. It was very, very fascinating to know all the different standards and waves and how the society evolved and so on. And then at one point I thought that I wanted to combine those two disciplines, that I'm not going to be a physicist because it's too dry. I'm not going to dedicate my life as a sociologist also because it was too abstract in another direction. So I combined it in architecture. When I went to school, and I really enjoy it dramatically every day. And when people are asking me, I said, the young people, I said that every day I learn more. And the day that I'm going to stop learning, I'm going to stop practicing architecture.
Right.
Because it's a fascinating discipline.
You and I have talked about it before, and you feel very passionately about your responsibility as an architect and responsible design.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about responsible design.
Yes, and from the very beginning also, we thought that the architecture or any profession has a discipline and has a responsibility to society. And it's very, very important to understand that reason that what I'm saying to you about society, community, it's extremely important to understand when somebody gives you a new project, to who you're going to build, who is going to do it, how you're going to do it, and where you're going to do it.
Right.
So then when you can combine all those things together, then you can get a good product, and it's going to be the one that the people are going to use. So I think that in some way we are kind of the directors, right? So a good building has to be responsible. A good architect has to be responsible for the things that they're going to use. What kind of materials are going to use, who's going to build it, and so on and so on. So then this is a very important part of the architecture. In my opinion, it's like any other profession, but in architecture I think that is a beautiful profession where combines all the other science in some way or disciplines, and we are able to put it together.
Sure. So in that idea of responsible design, the big picture is being responsible to everybody, right? Responsible to the community, the environment, yes, the location, the people that are using it, the owners that are creating it. So through your process of business development, let's say, you have an opportunity to look at a site and a building is desired on a location. Take us through that process. What does that look like?
Well, this is what makes me very excited in any project, because every project is different. And why is different? Because the clients sometimes are different, the one that are going to use it is different, and the location is different. So then the way that we process is that we have to learn, first of all, exactly what is the program. Then when we know very well the program, we have to understand who's going to use it. If you don't know who's going to use it, you're going to fail in the building you're going to do. Then, of course, it's important to know who's going to build it. What are going to be the materials that you can use? If they are local materials, it's going to be better. If the people that are going to build it sometimes are going to be the users. So that is extremely important. And then the place that you're going to use it. I mean, I think that is extremely important, and I will give you many examples. When we have the commitment to do something, we go to the place, and then we change our minds, because the weather, the sun, the shape, the odors that come here, the people, how they walk or not walk, or what are we going to transform in that location is going to tell us what to do.
Right.
So then when you combine all those things together, you get the product. And I think that that is what is very, very exciting. And you can see in our career for the last 40 years, our buildings, they don't look alike.
Right.
They don't look alike because every place is different. Every client is different. The possibilities are different. So then I think that this is what is beautiful about architecture, that you can change continuously, and it's not boring in my point of view, because things are changing and you have to adapt. And also the needs of the society are different today.
Sure.
We learn, for instance, with the pandemic, unfortunately, people spend much more time at home, and then they wanted to spend a different time when they work. So the working process is different than before. They are not going to be, let's suppose, 80 hours in the same office. So the offices are going to be different. The kind of places that inside the office are going to be different. How we're going to move. For example, we are doing for offices, some places that they have an outdoor office. So they can be in the same environment, but they can be outdoor, they can be inside, and so on and so on. The interaction between the people.
Sure.
So everything is changing dramatically. And again, if you understand how the society works, is how you're going to deliver and to produce a product that these people are going to use.
Sure, it makes sense. The function of the place is paramount, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.